We did get on the internet. All right, we're going to get moving right away because, as you know, the last couple of weeks my internet's been pretty, or the last week or so, it's been pretty sketchy. So I apologize for last week. I couldn't get back on, and my apologies. By the way, this is Diana Rankin. And Sheila says, hello. Yes, hello, Sheila. Good to see you. And we will get a message after the predictions I want to give you for June and July. And we'll get a message from one of my books. It's the Master's Book of Answers by Phillip. And we just opened any page and we'll get a message. Juliet says, welcome back. Thank you, Juliet. I got to tell you, my fingers are crossed because I'm still with the same provider. However, I have a different provider coming out this afternoon, and hopefully they are much faster, and hopefully they can give me internet. This is the problem with living in a rural area. The internet providers don't care about you because there aren't enough of you. So we'll see what happens. Gaida says, hello, everyone, from Gaida in Woodridge, Illinois. And Sheila from Amsterdam says, hello, everyone. All right. So thank you. I am so grateful for your patience. I am so grateful for your support. And there she is right there. She's hiding because she's wearing a little, we're going to call it a skirt. It's got little ruffles on it, but you know what it is because we have bladder cancer. But she's doing great. She really is. She's eating. She's playing ball. And inside, she's a little subdued. But I think that's because she's a little embarrassed that she has to wear a diaper. Anyway, hopefully you'll be able to see her a little better. But there she is, our precious little girl. Sheila says, thank God she is still here. Hi, Piper. Yes. And we had to go with the little diapers because we had pee pads everywhere and they weren't really working. So that's the downside. But again, she's doing great considering. All right, here we go. This is the month of June. This month of June will bring violence to the Northern Hemisphere. The U.S. will be quite vulnerable, as will those countries already engaged in war. Well, and some of what I'm going to read you, because I write these out several days or before I bring them to you. So some of the things you've already seen. And I am going to start doing the predictions maybe the third Friday, just in case we have another issue like we just had with the internet. But hopefully this new service that they just put in wiring. So fingers crossed. Okay. Back to June. It will be necessary to not engage in heated political debate unless you are well protected. That's for June. The tipping point of love and kindness over fear and anger has been reached. However, the tipping point was only the beginning. Those beings still lost in fear are still caught in the turmoil of the mundane life and unable to see life through the higher spiritual self. As more humans live their human life from the spiritual self, the quicker your world will become one of love instead of fear. Wars will stop and peace will reign. Honestly, I'm not sure I'll see that in my lifetime, but wouldn't that be great? Peace will not come to the greater population this month. Peace will only be with those who live from the higher self, but even these people will find doing so is a challenge this month. Empaths will feel extraordinarily strong energy this month. Of any energy that feels harmful, deal with it by removing yourself from the person or area where the concentration is strongest. And I want to emphasize that because that also something very similar will is coming up in July in a few moments too. So if at any time you feel that energy is excuse me, that energy is harsh. You change it. I don't know if you got to see her or not. There she is. Okay. So empaths, be careful. Don't let that harsh energy take over. Get out of it. Just leave. If you cannot remove yourself, infuse yourself with the divine white light of pure, holy love. Healers will be called around the globe to add healing energy to individuals and to countries. If you are called, heed the call. Do not hesitate to ask if you are worthy. You are. Within the U.S. government, you will see the exits of 2, maybe more high officials. This does not mean that which they harmed will be unharmed. And we've already seen the exit of the one, haven't we? The current administration will not yet be toppled, although this will be a most difficult and upsetting summer for those in or connected to the White House. There she is. There she is. Yes. She came to say, hello, everybody. Hello, everybody. You want to put your face up here a little bit? Want to put your face up there so everybody can see you? There. Yes. Okay. We're going to go back to work, okay? You want to go under here? She likes to get under the desk sometimes, but she came to say hello to everybody. Let's see. The current administration, it will not connect to those. As the shock waves thin, more will speak out against the White House rulers. As the shock waves thin. All right, let me go back. The current administration will not yet be toppled, although this will be a most difficult and upsetting summer for those in or connected to the White House. As the shock waves thin, more will speak out against the White House rulers. This is true of those in authority from both political parties. The most important thing you can do this month is to not let the ways of the mundane world harm you. This may be a most difficult month to stay in a place of love, but you must. You may be asked what seems like a sacrifice. Only later will you learn it was a blessing, either for you or another. Either way, it will make your heart sing. Now let's go into July. And forgive me if I'm speaking too fast because I want to make sure we get this in. And it looks like the internet's holding up. So I'm going to count my blessings here. This is for July, the predictions for July. We begin with the U.S. because so much takes place this month. The current administration is beginning to topple. So for June, it said it will topple, but it's not yet. And for July, Phillip is saying it will begin to topple. And I think we're already seeing that. I really do. That which is called the big, beautiful bill will not pass the Senate, although threats and promises have been made. It will look like it's going to pass, and then it won't. Now, important message here. This will go back and forth, but it looks like it will be stopped. With any psychic, with any prediction, scientific with any prediction, all we can read is what the trajectory is saying. And if that changes, then the whole outcome can change. So what Phillip is saying here is it looks like it's not going to pass, that big, beautiful, ugly bill. I don't think it's going to pass, Phillip is saying, but it's going both ways right now. So we'll see, won't we? There is a chance the man named Musk will be deported, but probably not soon. Impeachment of the current and also it says, it's not written here, but I remember thinking when I was writing this, Phillip, is he going to leave on his own? And I don't know why I didn't write it down, but I heard there's a chance he will. He'll go to another country. Impeachment, but I don't know that he's going home to South Africa, but another country. Impeachment of the current president is taking place, but will not come to light this month. All will stay as a rumor at this time. So it looks like behind the scenes, there are things taking place. The timing will be after January 2026, although attempts will be made before then. Okay, so that would be after the next election, and that can change things a lot. This month, and again, this is July, continues to remain volatile. Those who are sensitive must do their best to allow the calm energies to infuse them. This may require the need to remove themselves from a public area, especially if any unrest is present. We heard that a few minutes ago in the June predictions. That's still true for July. This is a time of extremes. There will be loud yelling, and there will also be those who live in peace. We urge you to live in peace. For those who choose peace, you will notice a change in your life. And you got to choose it again and again and again. It doesn't say, okay, I want to live in peace, and then all of a sudden you do forever. It doesn't work that way, does it? You will walk among the noise, but hear only the music of the heart. Your eyes will see the turmoil, but see beyond to beauty so powerful it takes you beyond your human self. Your heart will hurt as you witness cruelty to another, and just as quickly your heart will swell with love, and any pain stops existing with such pure love. It is a month of transformation for many. It is a month of transformation for many who walk this spiritual path. Excuse me just a moment again. I think I'm getting some rawness in the throat because I'm a little nervous because of all I've been through with this internet. And so I need to just relax. How's that? Instead of this, take my own advice. It is a month of transformation for many who walk their spiritual path. For some, the transformation will go unnoticed, so subtle it will be. For others, it will be a feeling of such joyousness it will not be ignored. For others, it will be a quiet recognition. The division between fear and love grows thinner, but also stronger. This seems like a contradiction. It is not. As the veil between the worlds grows thinner, those who live in fear become more fearful and louder. The loudness sounds muffled to the peaceful ear. So what Phillip is really telling us, live in peace. And as you live in peace, you add peace to the world, but you will be less. It's not that we won't be aware of what's going on in the human world, but it won't affect our lives the way if we live in fear, it would affect our lives. Sheila says, thank God she is still here. Hi, Piper. Guida says, so glad to see Piper. Juliet says, you wear it well, beautiful girl. She's talking about her little type. I'm hearing right. If you hear right, we're in sync. If you hear left, then that's a message that you need to pay attention to. So this is page 37. Oh, I love it. When your mind is quiet, you are better able to hear. When your mind is quiet, you are better able to hear. When your mind is quiet, you are better able to hear. And isn't that what Phillip is saying here? Stay in peace. And that adds not only peace to our lives, but it adds peace to the whole world if we are able to stay in peace. She went back to her corner back there, didn't she? So keep in mind, bring yourself back to peace. It's not always that easy. Chanting love a lot of times helps, or peace. If you heard, but by the way, that's page 37. When your mind is quiet, you are better able to hear. If you heard left, this is a message you need to pay attention to. You can't soar and be stuck in the muck at the same time. Soar. You can't soar and be stuck in the muck at the same time. Soar. All right, my friends. Those are our June and July predictions. And hopefully, when we come on with the August predictions, which we're going to start doing a little bit sooner in the month, Piper will be doing just as well as she's doing now. So we thank you for all of your prayers for her. We thank you for sending your healing energy to her. She's accepting it and feeling it. And we thank you. All right, my friends, I love you. And hopefully next Friday, we'll have the answer to one of your questions. And if you have questions, just put them in the comments below and I'll pick them up. And those of you who come live, I'm so grateful for your support. And those of you who can't make it live, thank you for your comments and your support. And most of all, thank you everyone for your love for both of us. Keep holding our world in love. Until next time, see you soon. Bye.